Hello children, welcome back once again. Today we shall discuss about a new topic, that is laws of chemical combinations. As the name suggests, there are some few laws we will be learning in this topic. Mainly 5 laws we have to learn. Some of the laws you have already studied in your 9th standard. The first one is law of conservation of mass. This you have studied already in 9th standard. Children, can you tell me what is the law of conservation of mass? Yes, law of conservation of mass says that mass can neither be created nor be destroyed during a chemical reaction. What does it mean? During a chemical reaction, like hydrogen on reacting with oxygen produces water molecule. But when I write it this way, this is not following law of conservation of mass. Why? Because the mass is not getting balanced. As you know, 2 atoms of hydrogen and 2 atoms of oxygen's atomic mass is 16, and total here it must come 2 into 1 plus 16. How much it will come? 2 plus 16, we have 18 gram. Correct? Here hydrogen 2 plus 2 16s are 32. Total comes 34 gram. What does it mean? It does not follow law of chemical combination, in which first law of conservation of mass. So what we have to do? We need to balance the equation. So what we have to do? We have to increase the number of oxygen here by putting 2 over here. Now that 2 comes all in 2 comes for common for all. So it will be 2 into everywhere you have to put. So 2 into 18, how much? 36 gram. Now again comes problem in the left hand side as well. So here hydrogen also you have this, because hydrogen became 4. So you put 2 over here. 2 2s are 4. So you multiply hydrogen's value into 2. So 2 into 2, 4. 4 plus 32, it comes 36 gram. Isn't it, children? So what you have to understand here, the amount of substance reacted is equal to the amount of product formed, even though these substances, gases, reacted to each other to form liquid. But according to Anthony Lavoisier, during a chemical reaction, what we have to look at, during a chemical reaction, mass is neither be created nor be destroyed. Means nothing is destroyed during a chemical reaction. So you may ask, sir, what happens during a combustion reaction? See, there are energy released in different forms. Okay, so it is not only the ash formed, there are carbon dioxide released or energy released, everything comes, so the mass remains constant. Okay, now let's move on to the second one. Second law is law of constant composition or definite proportion. According to the law of definite proportion, what does definite proportion says? In a compound, suppose you take H2O itself. How H2O is formed? In H2O, 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. Oxygen's atomic mass is 16. So 1 atom of oxygen, so it comes to 2 is to 16. So you can divide 2 divided by 16, you will get 1 by 8. What does it mean? Oxygen, hydrogen to oxygen are in a ratio of 1 is to 8. So every compound, whatever you take, those substances will contain elements will be present in a definite proportion. That is what second law says, this also you have studied in your ninth standard as law of definite proportion or law of definite composition. Okay, in a compound, every atom will be in a particular proportion or in a ratio. Okay, next let us move on to the third one, law of multiple proportion. Third one we have law of multiple proportion. So children, here a doubt comes. First we have already said definite proportion, then how comes the multiple proportion? This means a same element can actually combine in different ratios also. But remember, product formed are also will be different. Say for example, if you consider hydrogen and oxygen in the ratio of 1:8, we have got water. Correct? And if the same thing, if you get it into know that if hydrogen and oxygen 1:16, if it forms, it will form H2O2. What is H2O2? H2O2 is not water. H2O2 is hydrogen peroxide. Okay, hydrogen peroxide is totally a different substance. Okay, it is a syrupy liquid. Okay, and water is, water is very volatile liquid, but hydrogen peroxide is a syrupy liquid, and it has got so many other different properties. Okay, it is not fit to consume or something like that. Okay, so another example, let us take carbon dioxide and carbon monoxide. These both are different gases, as you know. Okay, but carbon dioxide, we know when we exhale out, we take out carbon dioxide from our body, and carbon dioxide gas is not very poisonous at all. It is simply, it is not required for our body, that's why we are actually removing it out. But carbon monoxide is a poisonous gas. Okay, so but in both these cases, both the gases are actually containing carbon and oxygen only, but the amount of carbon and oxygen present are different, and the bonding in present in them are also different. That's what the third law says. Law of multiple proportion says that if compounds are formed by the combinations of different ratios, different proportions, if they are combined, the product will formed also will have different compositions. Okay children, understood? Now let's move on to the fourth one. Fourth one is Gay-Lussac's law. Fourth we have Gay-Lussac's law. According to this law was given by a scientist called Gay-Lussac in the year of 1808, and he observed that when gases combine, this is about Gay-Lussac's law of gaseous components. Okay, when gases combine or when they are produced in a chemical reaction, they do so in a simple ratio by volume, provided all gases are at the same temperature and pressure. If the gases are at the same temperature and pressure, they will produce a simple ratio in their formation. That is, if hydrogen and oxygen combines, hydrogen plus oxygen gives water vapor, suppose. Okay, here hydrogen, if you take 100 ml and 50 ml of oxygen you take, you will find that 100 ml of water is produced. Okay, they will be always in the ratio of 2:1. This is what Gay-Lussac explains. Okay, this is called Gay-Lussac's law of gaseous volumes. Okay children, let's move on to the fifth one, Avogadro's law. Children, according to Avogadro's law, Avogadro actually proposed the law in 1811, and he proposed that equal volumes of gases at the same temperature and pressure should contain equal number of molecules. Okay, what does he said? Equal volumes of gases at the same temperature and pressure should contain equal number of molecules. Means if the temperature and pressure, if we are not changing the temperature and pressure, then what you can observe? Equal volumes of gases at the same temperature and pressure should contain equal number of molecules. Means at a particular temperature and pressure, there will be the number of molecules of gases will be equal. That is what Avogadro's law explains. I hope this is understood. We have 5 laws of chemical combinations. Let me recapitulate. The first one is law of conservation of mass. That what we have learned this in the past also. That is mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. And second one we have learned is law of definite proportion. Okay. And the third one we have learned is the law of multiple proportion. And in the fourth one we have learned Gay-Lussac's law. What Gay-Lussac explains? Gay-Lussac says that it is observed that when gases combine or they are produced in a chemical reaction, they do so in a simple ratio. They form always a simple ratio by volume, provided all gases are at the same temperature and pressure. Almost similar thing only Avogadro also said. According to Avogadro, Avogadro proposed that equal volumes of gases at same temperature and pressure should contain equal number of molecules. Okay, children? So there are some numericals in this topic related to balancing the equations and finding the proportionality of the compounds, all those things. Please try to do it. And at the same time, there are some questions in the dimensional analysis, some simple questions only, which are actually conversions of units, which you have studied in your smaller classes. You may try to do it and go through the PDF notes which are given and try to note down in your notebook. Okay, children? Thank you.